do a hello and welcome to the biggest Dominion event of the year, the World Cup Finals between Germany and Canada, with a potential match-deciding set here between Amafet and drsteelhammer. They're getting right into it, buying them ambassadors. They're pretty good. I expect ambassador plus a village opening, whether that's fishing, silk, and or ironmonger. I don't know. We shall see. I mean, silk isn't really a village, but I had to recover because I didn't notice silk merchant until it works. So they both go with the silk ambassador, which of course looks pretty good. I expect fishing villages will be purchased shortly. Like, because you don't want to just buy silk merchants forever. You can buy them for a while though, I guess, as long as you haven't had to use your villagers. The important thing is, playing your ambassador faster. But at some point you will run into an issue where you draw a hand of silks but don't have the village. So DSH goes ahead and picks up a bazaar, which looks like a nice card here for sure. He doesn't have any villagers, so he's just going to play his ambassador on his turn. Amo also is able to pick up a bazaar. Yeah, I agree with Cave that an armory is reasonable. It's just kind of the question of finding a time to get it. You do have buys already, so it's not critical to have it for the gains. But of course, you plenty of awesome things to gain with it for sure. Amo's going for the quest. I think he just drew his ambassador dead. Yeah, so he didn't have villagers. It's not great to have 0 villagers at the start of these turns. I assume that gets paired with a fishing village. Yeah, that's second ambassador. Seems fine. There's a little more stop cards than I would have liked to add, I think, but again, when you don't have a villager at the start of your turn, it has a lot more potential for sadness. But so I would expect another silk pickup at some point for these people, but maybe it'll never happen and they're just on to villages now. DSH certainly ahead in the Am war at the moment. And usually that just means it's over. So as long as he keeps firing over the next couple turns, he should be in the clear, I would expect. So he'll send a couple of states here. He would have actually preferred to draw a copper, actually, I think. He's into the grand markets, which I don't actually believe that you need to get grand market yet. It's more important to have the village start. Like here, you're going to see him get punished for it because he doesn't have... Oh, no, he had a fishing village. I take that back. To me, GM is not... It's probably okay for Steelhammer, though it would have been nice to have the 2 fishing villages set up. He's way ahead either way, so. He should probably get a curse. Well, you don't have to get the curse yet. If you think Amo's going to play ambassador, then there's definitely no reason to. I suppose he's going to top deck something nice for the next turn. You could go fishing village, something, or double silk is fine too. I think if DSH just buys any of the goodish cards from this point on, there's just no way he'll lose. That was sort of a tower play, I suppose, to get those silks. It doesn't matter, the tower part, really. He didn't really want a gold raven. I don't think he doesn't need it at all. But certainly there are a number of reasonable buys he could have made. He should pick up another fishing village, though, yeah. There's like no reason for him to increase payload or focus on increasing payload particularly. There's not that much draw here. Most of your payload can be cantrippy. See, he's just not going for the curses. He's staying disciplined. I would have totally gotten a curse by now, but I'm greedy in Ambassador Wars, for sure. You really don't need it because you're getting stuff from your opponent, but he might choose to do it at the end of this turn since Amo played both his ambassadors last turn, and so he can be pretty confident he's not actually going to get any junk. And so getting the curse is not probably going to hurt him much. All right, Amo resigns. It's beyond a reasonable resignation at that point. The thing with the board also was like DSH could just empty piles and have a 30-point lead. Not 30 probably, but 20-point lead, just lowering piles because of tower. So there was very, very little. It was not a complicated path to victory for DSH at that point. Literally just click on good cards would have worked. Okay, so here we've got I would think remodel, except that we have shelters, so that makes it not good. Not especially good. The patrician helps it a bit. Oasis, not really. It would be nice if you were remodeling into minstrels. That I could get behind, but I'm not sure about the remodel. It's okay. There's not anything else that stands out for the opening other than just getting silver so that you can afford the 4s and 5s. Silver Oasis or something. But other than that, there's nothing that's super appealing on the opening. Because you're basically just trying to buy minstrels, ports, and wild hunts, and like the other payload 5s then in some mixture. Training should be pretty good here. Conquest is definitely going to be there. Whether someone does it at any given point remains. I mean, patrician does help the remodel a lot. I think that's fair. Copper to patrician or seller is good. So that seems quite reasonable. The Conquest will just always be there as a way you could score 1 million points in a turn, and you can do quite a few of them if you have enough. If you have a good training source of cash plus like a wine merchant stack. The issue will just be that probably piles will run before you get too super built up. DSH is on ports already. Amo Falls. I assume they've focus ports over minstrels because of the remodel variants and the training, which I think is reasonable, though of course the minstrel with no trashing, no real deck thinning, is going to be quite good for sure. Whether that balances out the double village from port and the training conquest, or not training, the training remodel aspects of it, it's not clear to me. Maybe you just empty ports. That seems fine. I wonder if it's better to remodel up and buy a 2 there for DSH. I might have preferred that. Do the silver to hunt and then just buy seller or patrician. But for sure he should buy hunt here, in my opinion. You don't need to buy payload 5s that much. You can try to remodel into them more. This is fairly rough. He's gonna just stop here, I assume. Nice pickup from DSH here to find draw cards. This is going to be really nice for him. We're kind of approaching that point where people will think about taking the estates just because of they have these remodels anyway, so it's they're less harmful as far as what the deck is, and in some sense can help improve the deck if you're drawing really well. I'm not again, I don't like buying the payload. I would rather gain and play it. Maybe you can't do that here, but like this turn would be better in my opinion if that thing was a wild hunt. Like it just seemed clearly better to me. Assume he finishes the ports now. You can't always gain and play the payload because we don't have trashing, but still, Wine Merchant seemed premature to me. He's still got a good turn out of it. It wasn't like a bad turn by any stretch, but we'll see. Amo may take points here. He's just behind though, so even if he does that, it doesn't, realistically, it doesn't benefit him that much. But it's still probably the thing to do. I think he's behind. I've been kind of switching back and forth about whose deck I can track, and it's always hard to do two at the same time, especially when they play at this pace. But I'm gonna go with DSH. I've seen more cards in his hand more often. That's a good enough proxy for me. Yeah, he has some outside of chance of drawing the 5 here, or 50-50, and I would go for it, because if you hit, well, you know you're drawing the 5, I should say. You have 50-50 of top decking copper is the actual 50-50. The 5 draw is guaranteed. But and he hits on his outpost. So he's just gonna run off here. He'll be able to take points, and then, well, he didn't, maybe not, he didn't quite, he has a chance of stopping. If he finds, Wild Hunt. Does he have another one in there? I would have thought about taking the estate, but he's okay doing this. He should get a minstrel, I think. Well, that looked good, I guess. Yeah, in the long run, he's going to just crush Amo, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think I come around to that point. You'd rather just build more. I mean, Amo's deck's not nothing, so for sure there could be duds and 3 piles that could happen. So the problem here for Amofet now is that DSH can get the last 2 wild hunts and have like a 7-6-4, 7-3 split, something like that. I think it's 7-3. Maybe even worse, I don't know. No, it's Amos 3, so DSH can get, if he chooses to, which I think he should. I mean, for sure 1 and probably both is good. He's choosing to build, though. And he did not set up. He didn't do cellar tricks to set up that Honda was mentioning. He goes ahead and just takes on the... He's not risking it. I go Minstrel Hunt, I think. Maybe double Minstrel. Oh, he's got 3 buys. I go Minstrel Hunt. Just clean them out. For sure, not the Emporiums. Yeah, either 2 minstrels, 1 hunt, or 2 hunts, 1 minstrel. I don't feel super strongly about either one. And he should just buy a minstrel. Eamon doesn't even have his wine merchant, right? No, he does. Never mind. Or he doesn't. I can't see Matt's stuff. There's just no way. Yeah, he's clearly not going for it because he won't have the gains on the following turn. And the bottom here is like not good. I don't think he really had a win. I think it was a win where you actually have to stack deck. Like, you have to stack deck. I don't think it was like he had a 99%, 95% chance of failure, but a 5% chance of success. It was like 1 in a billion. He just doesn't have draw. I guess you can play for dud. But, I mean, that's sort of what it's not like whatever he did wasn't necessarily playing for dud. Alright. So, I'm forgetting to record my wins on my scoreboard. Germany's up 2-0. I guess I should say, for the purposes of the video, the state of the match currently is that Canada has won one match and they tied another. So if Amo is to win this match, then the championship will be clinched in favor of Canada. However, if DSH wins, then it'll go down to the last match between RTT and someone else from Canada. I don't know who he's playing. Kaplane, maybe? Yeah, Kaplane. Okay. So there we go. I don't know what's happening here. They've already played 4 turns. What they open? Silver Pageant, Devil's Workshop, Silver, Devil's Workshop, Pageant, and then the other person like flipped those things going forward or something. All right, DSH got a coffer and a gold on his turn 4. Amo is able to afford a captain, which looks pretty good here. I'm just scanning the board. They lack buy, so there's some point where you are just like, oh, I guess I'll buy a province now. But you can still build quite a bit with border village and captain and such. I wonder if Amo will island here with his captain. Looks pretty good to me. There's nothing else that's super appealing, I don't think, to play on this turn. Other than trying to get 6, I guess. You could get 6. But putting a state away is pretty nice, I think. He gets a second Tormentor, which seems fine. He's going to need to... Well, he will probably... it depends on his top card, but he's got a good chance of getting a 6 here. And if he plays Diplomat, it's like really good chance. I think the Tormentor is okay. I don't know about the second one, but the first one looked fine to me. I assume this is Diplomat, unless he does Harbinger. Oh, he just sets aside again. That's interesting. I would have wanted a border village or a captain, so I would have... I guess it's the same choice as last time, and the other turn I said the other way, but these things do change from turn to turn. Also, I'm just, inconsistent. Diluted was really nice. I mean, he would have for sure bought a $6 action if he wasn't diluted. Yes, he did pass on coffers. Good catch. Cave. DSH didn't play his 4th copper to get a coffer. So, That's a misplay for him. Here he gets a border village and an imp. I'm not sure who's set aside more estates. Okay, so ammo is a little cleaner, I guess, but maybe has less stuff after that previous turn from DSH. Plague's pretty good hit here in this game. He's opening up the Emporia, which are good gains off border villages if you have those. If you have 6, like here, Steelhammer is going to be able to border village for Emporium. Points are not bad here. Diplomat, that is weird to me. But what do I know? I don't think you're going to build a border village diplomat engine. You can build a just have a lot of captains engine, but you can't really build border village diplomat, I don't believe. I mean, this turn he did some stuff, so I won't be mad at anybody who goes for some Emporiums at some point. A lot of the hexes aren't that good here. Miserable is good. Ammo didn't get enough cards in play to really do the Emporium thing. I'm not that interested in the border villages unless I have a Devil's Workshop in hand or I'm gaining Emporia off it and I have the cards in play. Otherwise, I'm more on that captain life, I think. Steph is even more on that captain life than I am, but I'm like halfway there with him. I don't hate it if you're picking up an imp and you're getting 2 points off Emporium. Then I'm not gonna complain too much, but I think otherwise I didn't like Amos for sure last time. Again, here he can't like. I don't have any idea what the triumphal arc stuff is. For sure, I have no clue. So that's an Emporium with no points. I guess his denial. I don't know. DSH has a decent shot of getting, well, he already has it in hand. So, don't you like cantrip the captain? Like do a harbinger first? Yeah. I thought you'd do that even before the other time you played the imp, but maybe there it was okay with the number of actions left. The other thing would have been just to set aside a copper, which also would be pretty good. He had most everything in hand that he would want. I would, well, if you think he's going to play Tormentor, I guess it's okay to leave the Diplomat there. Probably at some point you don't take the imp because you don't have that many. Well, I don't know. Well, the Emporiums are worth more than just 2 VP. And you still don't have to move. I mean, you can stop on the Emporiums if it comes to a point where you need to go to provinces, right? And you're not stuck doing them indefinitely. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. They're probably not actually the arc points. But I think it's reasonable to take the points still, even on a single game board, because again, it doesn't. I mean, like, DSH will not miss province. I don't believe he's gonna gain a copper every turn for a long time. And here he should island something. And I might be willing here to just take an island with my border village. I would go up to however many border villages he has. I would go up imps on up to the point of having the triumphal arc points. So I think one more still is worth it, but I don't think you have to go beyond that, but I think you go up to the next one. Yeah. For sure he can province now. Yeah, there's no world where Amo is going to catch here. So we're guaranteed at least a tie for Germany, which means RTT has to play. I was pretty confident to do the island right there at the start of turn. DSH has faith in his deck. Which is pretty reasonable. Locust, was that back-to-back locusts? Or did Amo sneak another play in there? No, he got the back-to-back locusts. And the mirrored locust hit as well and gain. The triple mirror locust. Truly a privilege to have witnessed it. Will DSH be able to profits every? Yes. I'll spoil them. My own question. Yeah, we should look at the island mats. Pretty good. Not as good. He's talking about the Devil's Workshop play cave, not the locust. Did War get it? War hit the Devil's Workshop. Now Amo has higher score potential per turn. They have fat decks too, so the gardens the gardens for sure are worth a ton. That'd be really funny. War wins it for him. I guess you can see what the Tormentors hit, but or I guess you can do the calculation of how many points does he make up with the Gardens play per turn as well. Oh no, Amo. Oh no. Oh no. 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 He's tilted or something. Maybe not. I don't want to say what his emotional state is, but he didn't have a win. There was still counterplay. DSH takes a workshop, we reset, kind of in the parody, but I don't think he wasn't aware of what his potential advantage was at the moment. Because the Gardens was 3 for sure. Maybe 4. Yeah, his deck was worse for sure. Wandering Winter. I don't think he was like, because if DSH gets a Devil's Workshop, I think he kind of go back to. I think it's still sort of a sad resign at that position, but all right. So RTT has to play. Did someone have the 5-2? Yeah, someone had the 5-2, but Mask is really good anyway for the same kind of thing that Junk Dealer can do, so it's not a huge deal. No village, but there's highway and there is buy. I guess sacrifice is a village, but you can churn through a few cards with catacombs, I suppose, on sacrifice as well. So you can get a couple of village effects per gain. Yeah, there's a number of things going on that would incentivize you to be able to play more than one terminal. Pretty brutal board. It's kind of hard to fuel it, but Amo needs to buckle down and get a few wins, because even the game count could matter here at the end. And we don't want Germany to win. I read that thing in the Streamer Search channel about people, the commenters shouldn't be biased. Well, screw that. Down with Germany. Canada. I sang "O Canada" in the Discord channel before anybody arrived, but you missed it. Everyone missed it. Also, I only know the first... No, I don't know the new lyrics. Or I don't know if I did it with the new lyrics or the old... I didn't really go through the whole thing because I don't know the tune past the first bit. Where the first bit is like one line. I see. I'm not watching this game. All right, let's figure out what's happening. Okay, DSH has some highways, and he's trashed, and he's got a Margrave. That seems good. He doesn't have a Masquerade anymore. All right. I've been informed that Amo has more highways, though I suspect that's no longer true. So now they're even on highways. Amo has... No one has picked up a sacrifice yet. Gold. We're getting gold. Oh, we've got keep. We can do a keep fight. I wonder if... Sorry if I hit the mic. I wonder if someone will do the sacrifice stuff. That's pretty funny, Steph. That would be cute. I hope someone starts doing that kind of stuff. You can't do what... I don't actually understand what Steph is saying, though, because you can't do that. Oh, buy a sacrifice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I thought. I re-confused myself. Yeah, still no sacks. They're just buying treasure now. Living that treasure life. I remember that hit song. I have a feeling this will eventually become sad times for everybody. But maybe they'll get through the provinces okay. The deck composition of cantrips, A-smithy, and golds is not the most promising to get through the whole thing unless you draw really cleanly. On top of the discard attack, of course. We're just not gonna get to learn about the sacrifice stuff. It's not happening this game. Yeah, for sure. Like, you already have the junk dealer for one, so you can certainly use it a few times without too much trouble. And there's all these different ways of getting extra stuff. Amo is going to make it real tough for Kaplane. I don't remember what the Truffles win was for, too, so he should try to match that. It's a prick. It's like a pin. I think calling it saying pin is totally fine there. Yeah, I assume he can find. Amo is loving these resigns prior to the game actually being ended. Not that it looked good for him or anything. Yeah. But all right, well, if Steelhammer wins one more, then Kaplane has to beat RTT. If Amo wins out from here, if I were Canada's coach, I would have had a little sit down with Amo Fett before the match about resignations. Just for one match. I mean, he can go back to it in league, but just for one match in the World Cup. Yeah, so if DSH wins this game, then Kaplane has to outright beat RTT. The super tie is off the table. But if Amo wins the next two, then the super tie is possible. I don't know, I'm calling it a super tie. It's just a normal tie by the rules of the tournament. And then they have to do an additional extra match to decide it, which is how the World Cup came down the last time it was played, and Dan Brooks brought it home for the greatest country in the world. USA. I was so bad in the World Cup. I was bad in the year we won it, too. Yeah. What's happening here? No, that's Texas, Wandering Wonder. We got ports. I mean, they're doing the stuff. They're trashing. They're going to get villages. They're going to get the attack Smithy thing. Capitalism is probably not a huge consideration. You can get Trove and you can do bishop stuff on Trove, I guess, to score indefinitely, if that's how you feel. More or less indefinitely. Not truly. Three minutes, that's how long it takes to accept a delivery in Germany. In America, we can do that in 15 seconds. Unbelievable. German efficiency. DSH lives on the the 30th floor, and he has to walk down the stairs. Psychomatic's with me. He didn't choose the correct number though, because like 7 is not enough. 7's not enough. Can anyone tell me who's winning currently, or are they both doing okay? They do have identical hands. Yeah, alright. We know now. No one has Citadel yet. That's going to be useful. As per usual. Capitalism, not doing anything, really, I wouldn't say. Unless you have like a million stewards. Alright, RTT found the difference. One has more or fewer coppers. They're both sitting. Oh, look at that. One has 1 left, one has 2. I wonder if this bottom card is a copper and these bottom 2 cards are a copper. Then it's like they're really close. Oh, Margrave. Okay. So much for that. The score is, well, this guy's probably not listening to me. Classic liar, RTT. Oh, there's 2. We got a split in the ranks. Team Germany not united in their deck tracking. The bonus preview is not in the client, and none of the bonus previews will be in the client. They're just in your mind. I mean, every way, you just bust out your actual Dominion cards. You can play with Way of the Chameleon today. Well, I mean, I hear somebody somewhere has some Warfrat. I don't know who, but... Oh, Freaky lost the Margrave bet. There was no bet, of course. Don't. Psycho's ready for the Trove. He thinks they're thin enough. DSH agrees. 2 Necropolises. I'm sure he'll work up to it in a moment. Counter Trove. The counter Trove. Will we see it? Man, Bishop's so good with discard attacks. I had to hack into it, Warfrat. I had to just smash my keyboard until I got in. It was tough. Steph's giving out hacking clues. He's not good at security. The username is pretty easy to get too, to be honest. Port Settlers. I guess it's okay to have the settlers. You just send them to them sometimes if you get stuck with a hand where you need something to pass. I think that I won't say it. Never mind. What am I gonna buy? Ports. Send Steph to jail. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Things are starting to look increasingly bleak. For our friendly neighbors to the north. Entering a period of sad times. I would discard the masquerade, yeah. Like, clearly you just want to pass the necro. Three buys and he's got the cash to spend them. Sort of. I mean, yeah, since one's probably going to be a seller's. I wonder if he gets the bishop now. I would think about it anyway. Maybe it's better to just keep building, but I would think about the bishop. You can do bishop citadel. Yeah, you don't have to use all the buys. Citadel looks really nice. I don't think there's enough things you want to gain to do armory. But maybe there is. We needed that to be a gold on top there, not or copper, whatever things that don't draw. Didn't work out. Proof that Steph is in collusion with the Germans. Netherlands didn't enter this year because Steph was paid off by the Germans to just, he's full-time shuffle rigging. Listen, I don't know a lot about anything, much less European relations and history, if that's the thing you're referencing. So Wonder what he'll get now. Yeah, I wonder about the festivals. For sure, Margraves are fine. See, Wandering Winter is getting the proof of their collusion. Oh, he did capitalism. That's exciting. That's exciting and probably unnecessary. It's not like it automatically makes you be able to just shove a bunch of stewards in the deck. You mean you're not going to want them in your starting hand still, really. It's not going to impact the festivals in any way. And then the bishops. Again, it's not like you're going to just suddenly want a bunch of bishops. It looks like Complain's gonna have to win outright. I really don't actually get what the capitalism does for you here very much. It doesn't really change what you can do as far as deck composition. I mean, it maybe a little bit, but you could buy like Band or Festival or just Settlers or something. I mean, I agree, better than nothing. Or Margrave, he could buy Margrave. The risk, in my opinion, of buying it versus nothing, which is just purely psychological, is that suddenly you think, oh, I can have 5 stewards in this deck, or I want 5 stewards in this deck, or whatever. That would be my potential downside from a strictly not true downside in the sense that you're forced to do it, but Amo doesn't even have a masquerade anymore. DSH can keep whatever the heck he wants. He passed it. Well, I mean, he's sort of forced to. I don't remember the exact hand. He's never truly forced. He could have passed whatever other thing, but right. I don't know what he discarded though. I mean, he could have chosen to keep some other. He had at least 3 other cards he could have chosen to keep, right? As far as being vulnerable to the pass. So I don't know what his full range of options was prior to the mask pass occurring. What's the Truffles lag? All right, he's getting out. This resign looks more reasonable to me than the previous two. Well, at least the one 2 times ago. All right. This game does not, as far as I'm aware, have any chance of impacting the outcome. To be fair, I'm not reading every word in chat, but I don't think anyone needs to be fair to me. So I believe that this game cannot impact the outcome. This is pain to play. I do not like Shepherd as the only draw boards, particularly. Yeah, you can resign whenever either person is. Oh yeah, there's library. I just didn't see it, to be honest. I didn't parse it. I'm not the best at seeing every kingdom card. Yeah, you can do library. That'll work with Inventor just fine. It would be nice if there was an additional village besides just coins, but it can work. Since fortunately you don't need that many literally in the deck to keep running decently. But it is for sure kind of an awkward engine to play. They've had a few of those here. DSH is now trying to convince Amo to resign immediately. The Germans have no respect for their opponents, for the integrity of the game, for really any human values. I think Kaplane and RTT should play with the previews. 100%. I think it would be a wasted opportunity to not play. It's in like 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. 20 UTC, I believe. I can check for sure, or someone in chat can say, but yeah, 20 UTC. which is not 4 or 5 hours, it's 3 hours, but 2 hours and 47 minutes. Shepherd, ambassador, inventor. That's super funny. Maybe he'll get... Oh, he's going for... Amos all in on shepherds. He's not going to mess around with libraries. The duchy makes that pretty clear. He didn't even... He's Russian. I don't know what his third pile's going to be. Maybe coins? Maybe coins? Maybe inventors? Maybe duchies. Look at this. Good stuff. Really good stuff. He'll call here because he's going to play the smugglers at least. And then presumably he'll play everything. Do you ambassador and ambassador? He didn't call. Okay, I was wrong. Yeah, I do agree that you should be playing with libraries, but even if you do, you're going to have still some sad times here. Like, there's just no way around it. But certainly having the bigger hand size is going to improve that, and filtering out actions out of the hand first. So yeah, like those hands where they have shepherd, action. If one of those things is a library, that turn is gonna be fine. So yeah, I definitely agree that this library miss has been bad. Been really bad. This is so good. I love it. I love it so much. Just play them all. Then you can get an emporium. Yes. Perfect. Well, but he is going to get 2 duchies out of it, so that's something. We'll see if DSH gets the tie here. Does he has smugglers, right? Well, never mind. It's funny the estates are gone, so like the easy ways to get wins are just not available. So like tie was possible, but like win was really, really hard. I believe. He should... Oh, he doesn't even have that. It's a question we've been asking, Shaka. I assume Amo's just going to double coin. What? Why need double coin? Well, he wins. All right, Kenna's on the board. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't know it's a 3 pile. I don't know. Oh, I didn't know the fleet turn. I didn't see he had fleet. Sorry. All right, Canada wins. Canada's on the board. Oh, I didn't write the, whoops. I even accidentally put in a G on my scoreboard. Okay, well, GG's to DSH. Congrats, Germany, I guess. And, yeah, so the RTT complaint match is going to be set up. It's going to be in like 2 hours, 40 minutes. And if they tie, Germany wins. If Complain wins outright, then Canada wins. So it should be an exciting match unless RTT wins the first 3. And otherwise, should get quite some good games. They should play with previews. Thank you all for listening, and I will see you later.